Might work. We might do it again. All right, today we're gonna make this thing fit and hopefully build a bumper, because we're running out of days and we need this thing finished. So we're gonna try to get all the little stuff we can get done, and then we'll work on that transmission and see if we can figure out what in the world we did wrong on it. It's bypassing, it's locking up in reverse, trying to go forward and backwards at the same time. We're gonna get this front all fixed up. I'll show you what we got going. I got her flexed out right now. So right here it's gonna hit, gonna contact. My tire's gonna hit right here on this corner, so we're gonna lop that off, weld a piece back onto that, both sides. I'll cut that out of there, and then we can get the front grille kind of setting in there and get everything buttoned up. We didn't change the look of it too much. I think that'll work. Now we just gotta box that back in, box that in, box that all in. And when we box this in, we're gonna come down off of here with a gear, and we'll drill and tap the frame right here, and that's what's gonna mount the cab, or the front clip. Before, it used to mount right over here with this little hinge looking thing. As you can see, there's not enough room there anymore. All right, we've got some tape thrown on here. So this is the game plan as of yet. It may change, but I'm gonna take some 10 gauge and cut some 1.5 inch wide straps of it, come up the frame, bend up here, and weld it all into that piece. Then this blue line, this is gonna get cut off. It'll get trimmed to that. Then I'm gonna take some 1x2 rectangle tubing, and I'm gonna build me a tube fender that comes from nothing to about right here. It starts getting wide, and it'll be 2 inches wide all the way down and right to that rock slider. Sounds easy. All we gotta do is cut it all out and make it fit. First things first, we're gonna cut the 10 gauge and get this grill mounted up and get it set where it needs to set. Is anything wrong with that? Looks like it'll work. I'll go drill some holes and then we can tap them. All right, so I got these things boxed in. We'll go set it on the frame, see if it fits. All right, now I guess we just figure out where straight up and down with that thing is and drill these holes and bolt it in there. All right, we'll drill it, tap those, and then the front clip will be mounted once again. All right, done. Chop, chop, right? We'll just come right off the bottom of that up to wherever it turns. Instead of making a gradual turn, we'll come up 45 at, or whatever that angle ends up being. Get to there, angle it down to there, and deal with that end. Cut some tube and start welding. It'll be just dandy. All right. This morning in the shop, we're finishing fenders. Grill is mounted. I'm at this stage. I got this cut apart because from the factory, it had this big gap right here, and I hate it. So I'm moving that back. I'll fill that space up. These are my fenders. I know, right? Lots of fender right there. That's all I need. So we'll get these cut and built all the way up around there, and then I'll piece this fender back together, and then we can build a bumper. Long day. Alright, so I'm to this point on the fender. Got it coming up. Now I got the hard part. I got to make this wrap around and meet that right there and taper over basically. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to make it look good. I'm going to cut down the sides, bend this to the angle I want, then cut all that out, bend it around, weld it back together. Might work. We might do it again. Alright, that's roughly to the angle it needs to be. Alright, now I just got to figure out where I want the angle to start. Probably like right there. We'll go over and do some work and make this fit. That's the gist of my front fenders right there. And I have to make them detachable right here somewhere so that the fender will come off. Things are happening. We'll have them done today. All right, that's pretty much the gist of it. Now I just got to weld it all up, weld it in, deal with the fender, and those are done. Lots of welding, get after it. Trying to get that so they're the same. Lots of fun right there. We're gonna cut that out. Oh yeah. We're getting there. That looks better. Now I'll beat that to match and we'll be welding some stuff. Well, Land, come give me the look at the fender. Tell me if you like it over there.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like it. It matches the rock slider.
You gotta pass. Good, I didn't want to redo it. It's too late in the game. All right, fenders are on. Been talking about building fenders since Colt was here, and that's been a long while ago. Fenders are done. Front ones are done. Now I'm going to build front bumper. So, yep, more welding. So if you'll remember back a bunch of videos, we got this in the mail. This is the culprit right here. He sent that to us a while ago. We ate all of that in about 10 minutes.
Very much welcome.
Pretty humbling. You guys travel clear down from Washington and stop to see me and Randall. We're nobodies, but
Oh no, you're more than you think.
I don't know.
No, you're more than you think,
We're just
man.
the same old everyday people
Doing
just
stuff
doing
that I
our
love to do.
thing. Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Very much welcome.
Thank you. All right. Me and Randall are back in the shop after a long day. Pretty good productive day though we had getting fenders handled. Now we're going to tie the front bumper in and get a winch mounted on it. So if we measured this properly, I can have 36 inches of a front bumper right here. And my game plan is to kind of make the bumper look like I did these ends. So it's going to get capped and rolled back just barely. So let's go cut a piece of tubing and get cutting on it. All right, this is my bumper. It's a piece of 4 by 6 rectangle tube that is 3/16 wall. That's plenty to hold my air that I need. So 36 inches of it right there. So obviously I don't want to just throw a square bumper on there. That's somewhat what it's going to look like setting on the front. So we've got a lot to do to it. All right, we'll draw it out. All right, so on my rear bumper I came down 1 inch and capped it, so I gotta make the front one match the back one. So we're coming down 1 inch and we'll cap that sucker. Nothing's like straight on this thing. Everything's got a whole bunch of angles, so we're gonna continue that on the front bumper. So you can see I've marked out, this is the top of the bumper. This will be the front of the bumper. So it's gonna angle this way. Then I'm gonna come down 1 inch, cut it clear off, come clear down here, cut it off and make this side flat. Then I'm also going to taper these corners off on the front. So we got lots of stuff going on. I'll start marking it out, cutting it. You'll see it all come to life here. That gets cut out, that gets cut out, that gets cut off. Then I gotta start putting it back together. That's a lot of welding and it has to be airtight when we're done. So I got a lot to get done here. We'll get cranking on it. That's a lot less bumper than I had a minute ago. Way lighter. That's the beginning stages of my bumper. Yeah, it's gonna get involved. I can.
The oldest gets shotgun.
Okay.
That's the rules. If you're old,
Rules of seniority.
you're old,
Old and senile, you
The
get set in the front.
the oldest gets.
Seniority.
That's how I was raised my entire life. So, Randall, when it's just us, I get shotgun.
Yeah, I know how seniority works. You're older than me.
All right, so we're rolling to Kanab to get the DOM tubing to build the cage out of for the FJ.
And I invited myself along because we're going to lunch too. So we just went and got the mail. It took me a second to figure out what this actually was. But somebody made us this.
That's awesome.
Luna Designs made that for us.
Cool.
We decided we're gonna eat first. Right, guys?
Yes, yes.
They all talked me into it. I was okay, but they're starving. Doesn't get food yet, but we do.
So I'm filming.
I'm not really sure how to eat this. This is supposed to be a shrimp. It's
It
a
is.
little big.
See, they got tails on them right there.
Oh.
Just one bite
Anyways,
at a time.
they looked
Michelle.
really good. Those looked really good, so I'm stealing one from Randall.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I was gonna say the FJ will get finished in time to get to
Oh, I bet it
the
will.
Winter 4x4 Jamboree. Says you never know what you can do until you try.
You are never selfish with your advice or your help.
That is true. She will tell you what you need to
I
know.
will tell you.
An hour with one friend is worth more than 10 with strangers.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
You
that's,
did.
that's bad luck right there.
That's bad luck. You didn't
Oh,
even
that's
get one.
never good.
Dar, you don't need to help. You'll mess your shoulder up.
It's got muddy.
Randall's got it. Is that it?
What?
Is that all we're getting?
That's my roll cage.
Alright, thanks for help.
Glad we could have this experience.
I guess I'll just go on back home now that I've eaten.
Can't see why that's not gonna work. Got her tacked together. Now we just got lots and lots of welding. That has to be perfect. Okay, we got this welded together now. So now I think I want to build these 1-inch pieces that come up to there. And then that will tell me what this angle needs to be to come to there. So I'll cut some 1-inch strips, 4 of them, and weld those in. And then we'll decide those pieces. 2 of those. I need 2 7s. Yeah, I guess I can weld those in and then we figure those triangle pieces. Okay, now we just gotta cut some more pieces of that. Should be relatively easy. Looks like we need 5.5-inch piece. Hey, look at that. They're both the same. Then we gotta just plug those little end holes, and then we gotta try to figure out how to mount a winch on it. We're gonna end up cutting holes and putting some DOM up through it so we can reach up through to tighten the bolt on the winch. We got some stuff to do. We got a lot of work left. All right, this is gonna be just a big old estimation, final trimming. All right. And I'll cut that out and it should fit right in and weld in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That'll weld. Getting dang close now. I just gotta cap both ends and then we can start on the winch plate. Okay, that's the bumper right there. Now we just got to grind all this up, then we got to plumb some air to it and make sure it doesn't leak, fix all the leaks, and then we got to mount a winch to it. So there it is. Something like that. Where it needs to be. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Trying to find our winch right now. It's buried in here deep. There's the old Badlands. Oh, we won't be needing that. We got something pretty cool that we're gonna show you on this whole winch. Yankum Ropes has came up with a pretty sweet thing. We won't be needing that either. All right, there it is. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna set right back there tight like so. Cool. These front two holes are gonna go through my bumper. The back two holes are gonna be on a plate that sets back. We shall have this Badlands mounted shortly. Chuck Glick. So he was cleaning out his garage and thought we could use this stuff. Send us all of this. This is usable stuff. We shall use it. Thank you very much. We'll put it all to work. We'll go cut a piece of 4-inch and then we can put it in there. Get the holes exactly where they need to be. Then we'll know where these holes need to be. Then we'll cut them, put pipes through it. Should be pretty easy. All right, we're finding the centers of all this stuff. That is the center of that. I just gotta weld that right there. And then we can go to drilling some holes. Let's see, I want that right there. That's where my quick change is gonna go for my air, I think. Oh yeah, I'll be able to plug an air hose in it. Perfect. So I built this hand dandy winch hole marking plate a while ago. That's where those go. Drill some holes and get done. That right there is going in it. All right, we're gonna drill some holes through the bumper, and that will just slide through it when we're done. We gotta save that. We gotta weld that back in the end of that pipe. That one fell in. Well, it looks like we've done something now. Drill that, drill a hole in this and weld this in. That's how air is going to get in. How much of this do we need? Not a ton. Well, let's get to building. One extendo drill bit coming up. That fits through the bumper we want. Oh yeah. We're good. Okay, now we're gonna set that thing in there, center that, and weld it in.
There's some smoke coming out.
Yeah, we're gonna come through.
You go all the way through it.
For everybody that just doubted my tool, I only broke like 7 teeth off of it.
Little smoke, but
That's good. Let's do another one. Why we still got our tool? And it's only a few teeth down.
it looked like it
It's
came all the way
close.
through.
Ooh. Oh no.
Our handy dandy tool broke.
That's patent pending, by the way. Who let me drill that one crooked? There we go. Oh yeah. That's not even close. I'll be cutting this side. It's close enough though, I can cut it. I know how to weld. Try to get all this out of my bumper. Voila. I'll have to drill those out to the proper size, mark it and cut it off. Alright, so we got this centered right here. We'll tack this side, then tack the other side, and then we'll weld them. Cut that off of there, and she'll look like she's supposed to. About got her. Alright, there's that. Finish this one, and then we can pressure test this thing. Alright, we got her plumbed. We got a few leaks.
That are.
Oh yeah, there's some good ones right there. We'll let Ryan have the air for a while. I've got my work cut out for me.
Right here, where this weld is.
Got one on this other side over here too. We'll track down. Yep, that was the one. She wasn't very thick there. I ground most of that out. We'll fix that.
That come right undone, didn't it?
That's what I'm dealing with. Look at that little tiny hole.
So is this the standard procedure on these bumpers?
Yeah, when you want them to hold air, it is.
Re-weld these seams over and over again, grind them back down, see if they're gonna hold.
Is that hottish? No. Well, is this gonna leak? That's my air in right there. We gotta get this hose pushed up and hooked on here so that we can for sure get it on. Maybe a little bit more. Let me put this back on first before we worry about that. All right, now you gotta pull her backward.
Did that pull in some?
Yeah, plenty it pulled. How was it, Ryan?
It could come down on one side just a little bit.
Still good?
Yeah. Come up just a little if you can. Right there. That's pretty good.
She ain't coming off. I don't know if I want those there. You can still get in there to it. I'll just run right down the middle of the frame with it. Set her down. Right there. Look at that. It even worked. That is almost like we planned it. Can you get there from here?
Because if you were to take the grill out, we could get to him with a wrench right through there.
That's hot, burning and stuff, and oh yeah, burning. Ouch. Drop it.
Oh yeah, my hole's off like 3/4 of a hole, I think.
The front two line right up. I don't know what your problem is back there. It needs to come forward. The winch is on. The Badlands has found its way home right here. Now we gotta figure out how to mount this cool little Hugmo yankum rope situation. It needs to set just like that. No hook required. What do you think of that? Pretty cool, huh? And then I think I'll come straight off of, maybe I'll come down. How high do I need those, you think? If they were that tall that came out, why didn't I put the holes in it? Any ideas?
Because it's probably like midnight.
Because I haven't slept in a long time. This deadline stuff, it's for the birds, man.
For the birds.
Michelle will be driving down. I'll be laying on the trailer working on this thing. I'll get this cut out and ground up, looking good. Oh, they're gonna be money. You got the tapper. People give me grief for tapping like this, but I've never broke a tap this way. It works awesome. I broke plenty of taps doing it by hand. Screw right in there.
Screw right on in.
Perfect.
Like it was meant to.
Well, now the test. Set that thing on there and see if we got them in the right spot.
No problemo.
It's a Christmas miracle. Something worked today. Woohoo! That's a win. Cool. Now all we got to do is build a little flat piece off the back of that to set it on. And I think we're going to put it like right there. So now I think I just need a piece that's that long to go right underneath of it right there and weld in. What do you think of that? And then I'll build the ears that come off on an angle right there. And that thing will be there.
Yeah, it ought to hold it.
If it doesn't, we'll always say it should have. Bleepin' Jeep sent me one of their Freedom winch lines. So we're gonna go ahead and spool that straight on this old Badlands winch and we'll be ready to go. And we'll show you how this new fairlead works. There's that one.
Yeah, that stuff looks like it's a little easier on your hands than cable.
Yeah, I won't ever have cable on a winch again.
It's amazing that can hold as much tension and steel. It's pretty cool.
Yep, and it doesn't kill you when it breaks. All right, now the cool feature of this whole thing, there we go, winch rope stored. All right, so we slaved, and we got the winch bumper done, winch mounted, our hoop put on it, our new snazzy fairlead from Yankum put on it. So things are coming together. Still got lots to do to get to the winter Jamboree, but we're getting there. So if you guys want to get you one of these fairleads, head over to Yankum's website, and if you use promo code FABRATS, you'll get 5% off. Check them out. Thanks for watching.